The customization for Mortal Kombat 1 has been revealed. Ed Boon himself will have a cameo in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie, which has been delayed, unfortunately. Actors strike, writers strike, what you gonna do? And then finally, if there's time left over, Reptile may have already been teased, and it was done right in front of our face and nobody noticed. I'm covering Mortal Kombat 1 content all the time, almost daily at this point, so if you want to make sure to stay up to date on Mortal Kombat news, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell, that way you never miss any future videos. And then after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please show your support with a like down below. And without any further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off with the Ed Boon cameo, because I just find this so fun and wholesome. In a previous video, I mentioned that Ed Boon was teasing Kano as a cameo character, because Ed Boon was going to Australia and thought, hey, speaking of Australia, here's a cameo character who's Australian. But like many of you pointed out in the comment section, that's not what Ed Boon was teasing at all. You see, it turns out the Mortal Kombat 2 movie is being filmed in Australia. And if we go on Twitter, you can see Ed Boon taking photos with all the different cast members of Mortal Kombat 2. So why would the creator of Mortal Kombat be taking all these selfies with actors that are in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie? Oh my gosh, he's gonna be in it, isn't he? Your boy Ed Boon has become Stan Lee. He's gonna start making guest appearances in every Mortal Kombat product, and I for one am here for it. As it turns out, this tweet has nothing to do with Kano. Instead, it's very likely that Ed Boon is going to make a cameo appearance in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How do you think Ed Boon is going to show up? Is he gonna pop his head in during a random fight moment and go toasty? Or is he gonna show up wearing full Scorpion cosplay and say, get over here? Or is it going to be something more subtle, like maybe there's gonna be a pinball machine in the background and Ed Boon's gonna be working on it? For anyone not aware, before Ed Boon worked on Mortal Kombat, he worked on pinball machines, which is honestly such a humble beginning and quite the glow up for Ed Boon. He went from working on pinball machines to then working on what would become the biggest fighting game like in history. But now it's time for topic number 2, the ranking system for Mortal Kombat 1 and how it leads to unlocking new stuff for your character. About a week or so ago, we saw the Kombat cast, the very first one ever, and it was amazing. We had the Lin Kuei trailer and some high-level gameplay between Johnny Cage and Scorpion. And while hardcore gamers like myself were busy focusing on the gameplay, the new combos, the cameo assists, all that amazing stuff, some other viewers with a more keen eye for detail noticed this on screen. Oh my goodness, is that a progress bar? Why, yes it is. So it looks like every time you play a character in Mortal Kombat 1, you build XP for that specific character. And we know this because the progress bar is next to the character's face. So this is not the same as Mortal Kombat 11, where you had a universal level that went up no matter who you played. Instead, for Mortal Kombat 1, every individual character is going to have their own progress bar where you unlock XP by playing, which is already pretty crazy, but here comes the most interesting part. If we look to the left of the progress bar, what is that? What is this image with a question mark on it? Well, if you ask me, it looks like a treasure chest. That's right, every time you fill this progress bar, you unlock a treasure chest. However, the million-dollar question is what's inside? Is it a character skin for the person you're playing? So for example, if I'm playing Johnny Cage and reach level 10, do I get a new costume for Johnny Cage? Or is there even more inside, like a player banner for Johnny Cage, right? Or an icon picture for Johnny Cage? Basically a bunch of stuff centered around the character that you're playing. That sounds super interesting, because don't forget that Ed Boon confirmed the crypt is completely gone in Mortal Kombat 1. That's not how you unlock stuff anymore. And when I first heard this, I just thought, oh, there's going to be a different game mode. It's just not going to be called the crypt, but there's still going to be a separate mode where we unlock stuff for the characters. No, I might be completely wrong here, because judging by what I'm seeing on screen, the way you unlock stuff for your character is simply by playing them. And every time you play that character, you build XP, and as you build XP, that progress bar fills up, and once that progress bar is full, you level up and unlock a treasure chest. And if I was a gambling man, I would say it's very similar to playing Mortal Kombat 11 story mode, where there's several things on screen that you unlocked at the same time. I don't think it's going to be one thing for every level. But of course, that's just me speculating. The reality is anything could be possible, and my brain is going crazy with the possibilities. Like for example, are all the unlocks going to be random? Sure, they're going to center around the character that I'm playing, but can I pick which thing I unlock first? Or is it going to be in a set order? Or once again, is it going to be random? How is this unlock leveling system going to work? I've seen some people say it's going to be a loot box mechanic like Overwatch. I seriously doubt that's going to be the case, because Injustice 2 tried something similar and it was not received very well. However, that being said, a hot take from me, I think that loot boxes can be fine, but only if it means we get free DLC, because that's actually what happened with Overwatch. Everyone kept buying so many loot boxes that the developers actually gave out the DLC for free, Every character, every stage, it was all free, and that's because the crazy whales with tons of money just kept buying all these loot boxes. Anyway, I'm digressing. My point is the loot boxes are not going to come back for Mortal Kombat 1. That's not what's happening here. Instead, it's far more likely that every single character has their own level progression system, and as you level up, you unlock new stuff for that character. And I've seen some people asking in the comments, does Mortal Kombat 1 have gear pieces like Mortal Kombat 1? Can I change out the character's mask or their weapon, stuff like that? Or instead, is Mortal Kombat 1 going to be more like Mortal Kombat X, where every character just has a bunch of different costumes, but you can't actually customize their gear? Now, of course, anything is possible, but judging off what we've seen so far, I would say it's way more likely that Mortal Kombat 1 does not have gear options. Which I know for some people is terrible news. Listen, I understand. Customizing your character's mask was amazing. However, at the same time, if we're being honest with ourselves, a lot of the gear pieces just weren't that fun to customize at all. They were either too small to see, or worn on the character's back so you never saw it, or they were just too small to even tell they were customized to begin with, and that's why I think it's likely NetherRealm Studios has dropped that mechanic altogether, and instead you're going to get a bunch of different costumes. And that really is the silver lining. If the gadgets go away, that means there's going to be more costumes overall. Sorry, I said gadgets, I meant gear pieces, my mistake. If the gear pieces go away, that means way more costumes per character. And for me personally, that does sound more exciting. I would rather have more costumes overall than risk having a gear piece that I don't even care about. Especially when you factor in the new system for how things are unlocked. Imagine reaching level 10 with Johnny Cage, and instead of getting a new costume, you just get a different pair of shoes, or some sunglasses instead of an entirely new costume. You get what I'm saying, right? Even though it's sad to see the gear system go, and it could still be around, I'm just saying based on what I've seen, it doesn't seem to still be around. But even so, the idea of seeing more costumes per character has me far more excited than the possibility of gear pieces. And also, there's one more thing I want to add. It could be possible that you can unlock color schemes for the characters too, similar to Injustice 2. Or in other words, every character is going to have more costumes and also color schemes to customize those costumes. I think that could be possible. But once again, that's just speculation. So now it's time for the final topic, a reptile being hidden in front of our faces and nobody noticed. This theory is completely my own, and it's a bit crazy, very similar to the Liu Kang is actually Shang Tsung in disguise theory, but even so, I just had to talk about it. During the very first Kombat cast, we saw a unique intro to get the stream started, and during that intro, a lot of people noticed that Kenshi was by himself with no cameo fighter, and as a result, when most of us watching saw that, we assumed this was a new 1v1 mode where there's no cameo fighters. And while that is a strong theory, here's one more theory to wrap your head around. What if a cameo fighter is actually there right next to Kenshi? What if there's a character in Mortal Kombat 1 who's invisible during his cameo opening? What if Reptile is right there, but he hasn't turned off the invisibility yet? I think that's very possible, and how crazy would it be if NetherRealm put him right in front of our faces like that, just to make us think there's a 1v1 mode, but nope, it was actually Reptile there the entire time. We just didn't get to see him turn visible. Once again, it's a crazy theory, there's not too many facts to go on here, but I'm just saying I wouldn't put it past NetherRealm to do something crazy like that. So one last time, in the comments down below, make your voices heard, because you know I love making these videos interactive. And then while you're down there, please leave a like down below as well if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a ton. And then keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell, that way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.